Well, hi again, folks. Well, here's a little project that I think some of you may like. It's one that I've found is very handy. It's an adjustable PVC sluice stand. It's very easy and inexpensive to make, and you can modify it very easily to fit any size of sluice. By taking these two cross pieces and lengthening or shortening them, you can adjust it for the width of any sluice that you come across. And also you can change this part out to adapt for the length of it. The legs are fully adjustable, slide easily up one side and down the other, and they also rotate. These tees are the thing that make the whole thing work here, and this is what we're going to be showing you how to make today, so that you can make your own and you can customize it however you wish. One of the nice things about this stand is that you can have different lengths of legs, so you can adapt it over to just about any water depth that you may run into. Here I'm running into some deeper water, but I'm able to adjust the sluice so that it's only utilizing the top about 2 inches of water. So this is a real handy feature. Here's a little package that I put together for backpacking. It's a 6-inch sluice with a stand, and the whole package itself fits right in my backpack and only weighs about 5 pounds. Well, each year I make quite a large amount of different prospecting pieces of equipment to test. And these stands are very handy because I can adjust them to fit anything that I'm going to currently test. And also the adjustable elevation feature makes it nice, so if I want to test what the different elevations are going to do for me, that makes it real quick and easy. So these little stands are a very handy item for me. One of the things that I put on all my pieces of equipment is one of these mounting bolts on here. I can either use it for adjusting the elevation up to about 2 inches, or I can use it for bolting it right to the stand itself. This makes it real handy if you're in kind of swift water conditions, and it keeps the sluice from washing right off the stand and on down the river. Well, it's about time to get started on how to build this thing. So let's get started, shall we? Well, the key component here that we're going to be making is a PVC tee, and what we're going to do is enlarge it so that a regular piece of 3/4 inch PVC can slide up and down through it very easily, and also some holes on the side so that we can tighten it down to anchor it in one particular spot. Well, on these you can put in as many tightening holes as you wish. You can only have one if you want, or myself, I like to put about 9 of them in there. That gives me quite a variety, and also it gives me a place to store a couple of extra screws, because invariably you're going to drop one out in the middle of the water somewhere. One thing you might want to be aware of is that all tees are not created equal. Now the top tee is from Home Depot and the bottom one is from Lowe's. Myself, I prefer the longer tees from Home Depot, which gives you a little more support on it and gives you more room to put in more anchoring holes. Well, this little hole saw is what makes this all come together. It's a 1 1/16 or a 27 millimeter, and you can buy it at most hardware stores or off eBay. Well, another tool that you'll need is a half round file. Now this job can be done by hand, but I advise to wear a glove because if the bit hangs up it can flip the tee and give you kind of a nasty slap. Now the thing you want to do is don't try to do it all at once, go all the way through. Just do half at a time. Those tees aren't made exactly straight, and so if you try to go all the way through you'll have it crooked. At this point the hole is just a little bit too small, and so it's quite a tight fit to try to get the pipe through. So what I usually do is take the half round file and enlarge it to the point where it'll slide very nice and smoothly. Well, if you happen to have a drill press, this is what I recommend for drilling them out. Makes the job a lot easier for you. And now you just take the half round file and smooth it out inside until you get it just to where you like it. Well, now it's time to drill the holes. I use a 3/16 inch bit, and I usually drill through both sides at the same time. Well, I usually like to drill 9 holes all the way around on this, and that gives me plenty of holes to choose from, and plus some extras to store extra screws there, because invariably you're going to lose one out in the field. Now that you have the holes drilled, it's time to put some threads on them. I use a 1/4x20 tap on there, and this gives you a kind of a coarse thread which doesn't strip out very easily. Now, to make the job go a little quicker and easier, I usually use my power drill. You can just chuck it in there and you can go through and tap all of those holes within just a couple of minutes. Well, I usually like to run a bolt through each one of the holes, and this makes sure that the threads are well cleaned out and are going to work for you. Also, I like to take a little sandpaper and smooth the surface of it down, because drilling and tapping it puts a little raised edge on there, and I kind of like to sand it down to where it's nice and smooth. Also, you might want to run the file back through there, because it'll put some raised ridges on the inside that you want to file off as well. Well, there you go. Now you have a nice finished tee, and you're ready to put the rest of the stand together. Now that you have the leg tees finished, it's time to move on to the rest of the stand. Now, if you have different length sluices, miller tables, whatever, you may want to cut several different center pieces on there to fit those. Now, on the cross pieces, you're probably going to want to cut multiple different sizes on those as well to fit different pieces of equipment that you're going to be using this on. So you can have a set of those for each one of your sluices if you want. Well, that's how I make my stands, folks. So I hope it'll give you some ideas on how you can make your own. And you can modify these to your heart's content, make them fit however you want. So, as always, I thank you very much for watching. Have a good day. Bye now.